There we go. Of course my computer died. So thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. Why don't do you want to introduce yourself and your role in like the beverage industry? Because we're not just talking about cider today. We're gonna talk about it a little bit.
Yeah,
Then we're
yeah.
gonna move away from cider.
Yeah, my name's Aaron, one of the co-founders of Ginger Colt Ginger Beer. We make alcoholic and non-alcoholic ginger beers
Get it
here
up.
in Portland.
Nice. Okay, so you're making alcoholic and non-alcoholic ginger beers now, but you started in cider. So do you want to talk about that a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit before we
definitely.
shift?
Yeah, when I first got into the industry out here in Portland, I used to work for a small cider company called Woodbox Cider that doesn't exist anymore, sadly. And then I got my next start working at Sasquatch Brewing, and they also had a cider company called called New West Cider, which
Okay.
is also not around anymore, sadly. But and then up until recently, we were working on a project, Daedalus ciders, and we kind of shifted focus for the time being over to ginger beer.
Okay. So like what's the story behind the ginger cult, like
Yeah,
the
I
ginger
mean,
beer company?
I have a background in beer. My business partner's got a cider background, and we had kind of studied brewing and things abroad together when we got involved in this about 15 years ago.
Okay.
And um, you know, we studied in England, and ginger beer is very popular over there. Alcoholic ginger beer, and it's dry and crisp and fun, and kind of like
Mm-hmm.
how a lot of people treat cider in the rest of the world. And we wanted to do something new.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I feel like when people think of ginger beer in the United States, think of like ginger ale, like
yeah, yeah. Soda,
like soda, and
Yeah,
it's not that.
yeah, yeah. Our stuff, a lot of it's a fermented similar to a beer, but without any gluten.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but sorry, I lost track of what you said there.
How it's different from like the soda type
Oh yeah,
ginger.
a lot of non-alcoholic ginger beers are 40 or 50 grams of sugar in a
Mm-hmm.
can, and nobody knows, and it's on the soda gun, and it's a soda.
It's yeah,
And
corn syrup
you know,
and
we
ginger
make
flavor.
we make one. We try to imitate the fermented taste, but at a low sugar calorie amount. So it's about 8 grams of sugar instead of 40, and
Okay.
40 calories instead of 240, maybe.
And that's
You
in
know,
the non-alcoholic
non-alcoholic.
one.
Yeah,
And then do you just take the fermentation farther in order for it to like?
yeah. It's fermented for our alcoholic ginger beers. It's fermented similar to like sweetness of a West Coast IPA.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so pretty low sweetness as well.
Yeah. And then it sounds like you're doing like fun flavors too.
Yeah, so we started out with a classic ginger
Mm-hmm.
flagship, and we also have a tropical pineapple mango, and then we decided we wanted to get a little more adventurous and learn how to use some of the Oregon hops.
Okay.
So we have a hopped grapefruit ginger beer, and we also
Okay.
do a blueberry lemonade ginger beer. And this I don't know if you're aware, but this year they did like a new experimental category for the Oregon Beer Awards,
Okay.
and the blueberry lemonade got silver in a new.
Ooh.
And we'll drink that one later.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty exciting to have something like because you haven't been around that long. It's
yeah, yeah,
like
exactly.
how long has this? I keep wanting to say cidery.
No, yeah,
What
no. I
would you
mean,
call like
we
like a ginger beer?
we don't have a brewery. We contract produce in town, so
Okay.
we're just mostly yeah, I don't
Would
know
it
what the right
be
word
would
is.
it be categorized under like a winery,
I
or
think
is it
it'd be a
because you're
beer brewery
brewing
because
it?
it's the
You're
similar
brewing.
base fermented
Okay.
like a beer. Yeah.
Because you're not using fruit, which would be a
Yep.
wine.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
It's interesting like how that works with like the laws and things, which I know very little about, like the TB
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and all that.
We got one guy for that.
And he just does all of it.
He
He's like
does it
you're
all.
like he knows the rules.
Yeah.
He knows what we're supposed to put
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
and all of that. What ABV are the ones
You
that
know,
are the
our
alcohol content?
classic is about 5%.
Okay.
Our tropical is a little lighter, 4.5,
Okay.
and our other ones are around that 5 to 5.5.
Okay. So they're having the like the lower ABV is probably good for people who don't necessarily want to
You
have
know, yeah,
high ABV
we
beverage.
leave the decision for how to consume in the consumer's hand. You know,
Yeah.
we give them a 5% ginger beer that they could add more
Yeah.
into if they would like. You know, it's not quite a ready to drink cocktail. It's a
Yeah.
much more of a cleaner, comfortable drink that
Yeah.
is versatile.
Yeah. When the first time I tried it was kind of recently, and I like that it has like that gingery punch and isn't that like syrupy sweet that you get a lot of the time with something that is
You
labeled
know,
as a ginger.
yeah, we press our own we fresh press our own ginger juice, and just a lot of we use an apple press and really try to extract everything we can out of it,
Yeah.
and
all the gingery punch.
yeah, it's a never-ending ginger day at at the brewery when we're doing it. It's fun.
So how many total? So is there only one type of the non-alcoholic ones, or are all of your flavors also available as
No, yeah,
non-alcoholic
we
options?
currently we only have one non-alcohol. We launched that in January.
Okay, that one's a little bit newer
So
than
yeah,
the
a
other
little
ones.
newer. I mean, we're working on some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have that. You have the NA one, and then you have how many other flavors were there? So there's the
Four,
tropical, the
yeah,
regular, the blueberry,
tropical, regular, blueberry, and hopped
and a hopped
grapefruit.
one.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, hopped grapefruit.
Yeah.
So there's four flavors, and then you're in the Portland area. So
Portland
where?
area. We're all we started out in Portland. We signed on with Point Blank Distributing, and now we're kind of trying to spread a little further, go out to Corvallis or Eugene, but a lot of the stuff we're doing is here in Portland.
Is in
Yeah.
Portland. Okay.
Yeah.
Like today, you were at New Seasons. You
New
said doing a
Seasons in
tasting.
Selwood.
Do
Yeah.
they carry you guys in New Seasons?
Yeah, they carry all
Okay.
of our. They carry almost all of our brands right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
all of our flavors.
Okay. Okay. So people could go and find that there.
Yeah, yeah,
So since I'm gonna call it a brewery,
yeah,
since we
yeah.
kind of determined that.
Yeah, I mean,
Any
100%.
since starting this, in the last almost, it's not even a year.
We're
No,
about just a little over a year
a
now.
little over a year. Any like funny stories that have happened while like trying to undergo this process?
Definitely. I mean, every day is a new day out here. A lot of showing up and saying hello to a lot of people that you tried to work with when you were independent
Yeah.
and whatnot. But funny stories, putting me on the spot right now.
You're like, can I think of one?
I will think of one soon.
Okay, if you come up with
100%.
I'm
Yep.
thinking of like the ginger beer like realm is like especially alcoholic ginger beer is probably pretty small. And so do you feel like when you go to these events you're having to like educate people a lot?
Definitely some education purposes in the sense of people trying to tell us what it is, but yeah, a lot of teaching, a lot of listening, a lot of just fun, social, really, trying to make the learning experience fun.
Yeah, and for them to understand what the beverage is, because like just thinking that if somebody said, "Oh, I've got a ginger beer," I would think, and even alcoholic ginger beer, like my family always has drank Krabbies. I don't know
Oh
if you ever
yeah,
had that, and
yeah,
they
from
are
England.
sweet.
Yeah.
They're super sweet. Like they have a nice gingery punch, and like they're meant to be served over ice, like with lime and all that. But it's a completely different beverage than
Definitely.
like even just the consistency of it. So that's probably got to be interesting. So you have those flavors. Are there any flavors that you guys have like workshopped a little bit and we're like, nope, that's not gonna work with ginger?
We no, I feel like everything works with ginger. Everything is
Surprisingly, sometimes.
ginger is delicious, and
I agree.
it works with
So
everything.
no, like I'm trying to think of
I haven't
something that wouldn't
experimented enough, and
enough yet.
but I don't think we're. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay. So normally I would ask people because I'm focusing mostly on cider, and you have worked in cider, so I'm going to ask you this question.
Sure.
What's your favorite apple? Either to make cider with or just like for eating.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Was that your question right
Yeah, that's my
now?
question.
Okay,
Yeah,
I thought you were saying you were gonna.
I'm
ask
gonna
me.
ask it right
Okay.
now
Okay.
because
Okay.
normally I would, and
I got you.
so I'm gonna ask it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd probably say for me, just like a Granny Smith apple. I just want to eat. I just like how crunchy and
Yeah.
and they just taste so
Yeah. I feel like they're an
good.
underrated apple though.
I feel like underrated apple, sure.
Yeah.
They just they just taste good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel
Kids
like
like them for a reason.
I think yeah. I think I'm out of touch with my cider roots,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
now my roots are full of ginger.
Full of ginger, and I'm like, are there different kinds of ginger? Like, how do you?
We just we were getting some different kinds. Ginger is a little different depending on where it's from.
Okay,
So
like where it's grown
yeah,
and all of
so
that. Okay.
each sometimes each batch has like a lightly different characteristic
Okay.
potentially to it.
So you're sourcing them from different places based on where it's available.
Yep. Yep.
In the time. I
Yep.
feel like ginger's probably like apple is a very sustainable thing to get too.
Yeah,
Like
I think
it's
so.
I mean it's a plant, so it just grows.
Yeah,
So you can make a
got to
beverage out of
be
it.
a good climate for it
Yes,
though.
you have
Like
to have the right climate for ginger.
yeah,
So having worked in the beer industry, the cider industry, and now the ginger beer industry, what advice would you have for someone who wants to work in like beverage in general, like
yeah.
especially like an alcoholic
I'd
beverage?
say you gotta show up and go into the brewery that you're interested in working at, or just trying to get involved in not such a direct brewing way right
Mm.
away. Trying to
Mm.
get involved on the canning side of things, or trying to get involved in the delivery side of things. A lot of breweries are looking for someone that's going to show that they're going to come to work and work before they're going to give you the keys to the car. Like
Okay.
they're gonna like they want to know what you're doing before they leave you on the brew deck for a day.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like for me, uh, a big part of working in the brewery is always like being a team player and
Mm.
and helping put out other people's fires while you're doing yours.
Yeah.
So as long as you can see the bigger picture,
Okay.
that's everyone's trying to get out of
So
there a little early.
being willing to help out
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like sometimes that at least in my job it's like not my circus, not my monkeys. Like
yeah,
I'm just gonna like do my thing, but being able to lend a hand
yeah. Totally.
is
Always
part of it.
lending a hand is super helpful in this scene, I think.
So thinking about like this ginger beer like industry that you guys are kind of like, I feel like it's launching. Like I know
There's
there's one in Seattle that I
mm-hmm.
know of. I don't know of any other ones. What's your like vision or hope for like ginger beer? Like what would you like to see happen in the next
I
few
think
years?
just being more places for people to consume it.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people are interested in trying something new. A lot of alternative drinks out there
Mm-hmm.
that are not from the Pacific Northwest, especially produced here, and I think just just trying new things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me think of like how kombucha had this big like
Oh, totally.
uh moment. I don't know if I feel like it still is. Like there's all these kombucha brands that like just popped up, and I wonder if that will happen with ginger beer. Like people being like it's good for your like digestion and
Yeah.
like all this stuff, and then like you said, people can mix it with other things to make
Mm-hmm.
either more or less alcohol, whatever you want it to be, and like you could add sparkling water to it and make it even like a little spritz, or
Totally.
add some
And
vodka in the
yeah,
mule.
totally.
So
It's choose your own adventure kind
yeah,
of, and
very
especially with the
versatile.
non-alcoholic as
Yes,
well.
and I think that we're having a little surge of that. Is that why you guys decided
Yeah,
to bring one out?
we had always planned of doing a non-alcohol. We just didn't want to do it right away, and dry January seemed like the right time to launch it. A little
Mm-hmm.
more way to focus on it, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it's been going well. I think people are happy to learn that there's a
And
lot of sugar in like things they really like.
yeah, and I feel like people who don't drink alcohol. I mean, there's many reasons, but sometimes it's like health conscious.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't drink soda. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna, if I'm not drinking alcohol, I'm not gonna reach for soda. I'm gonna reach for like a sparkling water or something. But to have another option where you feel a little fancier or
Totally.
have more flavor,
For us, I treat it as like a guilt-free ginger beer
Mm-hmm.
because it is 0.0 non-fermented
Mm-hmm.
ginger beer, like it's close related to a soda, but doesn't have upwards of 40 grams of sugar and
Yeah.
a whole meal essentially.
Yeah.
So
You can feel like guilt free,
yeah, yeah,
indulging. Like it's like your little treat. It's your
yeah.
little treat for the day.
I like to mix it in between beers or
Oh, okay.
you know
Like
alternate.
yeah. I learned there's a word for this now. Somebody, they like to coin things, and they call it zebra striping. And it's when you do like an alcoholic beverage and then a non-alcoholic beverage,
Whoa.
and it doesn't have to be water, but just like you go back and forth.
Uh
And
huh.
so it's supposed to keep it so if you are indulging, you don't get as bad of a hangover because
Yeah,
you're
I like
hydrating
that.
in
I
between
like
and like
that.
slowing down how much you're consuming. So maybe people just need a zebra stripe with a non-alcoholic ginger
I think so. Yeah.
beer.
No, 100%.
I like it. So normally I would ask who makes a cider that you wish you made. Have you tried other ginger beers and you were like, this is like the vision that we have is something that's like this?
No, we mostly just have the experience of working for some really fun breweries, cideries
Mm-hmm.
that gave us the flexibility to be a little creative when we were there.
Yeah.
New West was pretty expressive and fun, and a little more focused on things people that like to drink, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to being a little more bone dry and
Traditional or something.
traditional.
Yeah.
So this that kind of gave us or for me, a lot of crossover ideas.
Yeah. I think that having that freedom to be um, creative
Experimental.
and yeah,
Yeah.
and experimental and give people what they maybe don't even know that they want. But that's
Mm-hmm.
like fresh and new ideas. Like I mean, I love traditional cider and things like that, but sometimes I just want to drink a flavored drink and
Yeah.
have it feel like summertime because it reminds me of my childhood and drinking lemonade or something,
Yeah.
And so
100%.
having those flavors like that. Um, what's do we want to try another
Well, you
one?
just said lemonade, and
I
it made
know.
me think of
Should we crack that one
trying a
open?
new ginger beer. No pressure. We like to.
Okay, we're gonna do it. Keep forgetting I got a new computer and I keep forgetting my other computer was touchscreen. I'm like, this one is not
Mm,
touchscreen. Okay, the color in this, if people are watching, is beautiful. So this is the blueberry lemonade.
yep, blueberry lemonade.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay.
You know, juicy, comfortably sweet, but still has a nice kick to it.
Yeah. Because the original ginger beer, is it just called Cult Classic? Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cold
So
classic.
the Cult Classic, I mean, it's got some bite to it, and
Mm.
there's spices in it too, like it's other than ginger.
Just some proprietary blends of different
Yeah.
fun flavors.
Yeah. To give it kind of like it's. I mean, it's got a kick, and I like ginger with a kick. And then this is more like mellow ginger, but the ginger is like there on the end with a bite. But then you get like the acidity from the lemon and the
Totally, the
blueberry.
acidity kind of cools it down.
Mm-hmm.
Still lingers with a nice gingery like
Yeah.
push, but allows you to be a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
Everything we do, we say is aggressively refreshing.
I like that.
I feel like that's my personality as well. I'm an aggressively refreshing person, but this is a little more fun to drink.
Yeah, definitely makes me like the other one. I mean, all year round, but like that makes me think of like fall and
Oh,
winter and
totally.
just like those warming tones. And this is definitely like spring, summer, and I'm sure that the tropical one's the same. We talked about it a little bit, but what's next for Ginger Gold? Like uh, expanding past Portland a little bit. Any new
Yeah, yeah.
flavors in
We
the works or
some new non-alcohol flavors.
okay?
We're gonna be doing a fresh hop version of our hopped grapefruit ginger beer this fall.
Okay.
So that'll be fun and unique and very Pacific Northwestern of us.
Yes,
You
you gotta
know,
have the hops in there.
we're trying to do some more non-alcohol, and we got some fun summer festivals on the radar.
Okay.
Shady Pines Radio Festival. It's a really fun local
Okay.
online radio station
Oh,
that has
nice.
a pretty large presence here in town. And
Okay.
then we just started working with a distributor in Southwest Washington,
Okay.
southbound distributing.
Okay. So you'll be trickling up
Slowly
in
trying to
there.
climb our way into Washington and
Yeah.
beyond. Yeah.
Yeah. You just got to make it up to Seattle, and then all the people who love to drink will be like, yes,
All right.
give me this.
Hell yeah.
I feel like there's a whole, like, I don't know, cider is, I mean, it's big in the Northwest. And I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like ginger beer speaks to the people who like cider. Like, I feel like they're very,
It's a gluten-free
yes,
alternative,
yes,
and it's I don't know, it's just different. You know,
yeah,
it's a little less apple. I mean,
yeah,
it's zero apple, but
yeah.
you know,
And I think people steer away from cider sometimes because of the sugar content, especially if you want a cider that is not bone dry or has like other flavors to it. Like to get
totally,
those flavors, you have to add juice,
totally.
and then that adds calories and it adds sugar and it adds all those things. And so, like your the blueberry lemon, is that one have? I mean, it's gonna have more sugar than
Yeah,
the
yeah. A
dry,
little. I
but
wouldn't say significant
yeah,
amounts more.
but
No,
just a little bit more. But it still has that like juicy flavor.
totally.
I
Yeah.
like it. I have two more questions for you. What do you dislike about like working in like the beverage industry in general? Like, what is one thing that you wish that you could like pawn off on someone else and be like, hey, you do this part of the job because I don't like it. Like, it could be spreadsheets, it could be answering emails, it could be driving in traffic. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I would say back in the day, running the canning machine.
Okay.
You know, being at a brewery for in production, and your one day of being on the canning line is every week, or running the canning line
Uh-huh.
wasn't always my favorite part, but I don't mind it now that we only do it every every other month or so. You
Okay.
know, so
You can take it in small
try to
doses, but
make
when you had to
larger
do it
batches.
all the
Yeah,
time, you're like, no, thank you.
yeah. But I don't know. That's a good question. Cooking food. I never had to cook any food, but I'm just guessing like I wouldn't cook well in the at a brewery. You know,
Okay.
I'd be rather just hanging out drinking them. You know.
Okay. So my last question is, what is the thing you love most about your job now?
Uh, I think I think just trying to get the word out there, and talk to people, and hear their stories, and connect and find ways to share connections. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. And spread the word of
spread the
the
word
ginger cult.
of the
Join our
ginger
cult.
cult. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We all have a tattoo of the cult. You know, so
Do you actually really?
yeah, if you drink it long enough, the tattoo just shows up one day, and you know
Oh.
you don't even have to. You
I've
know.
been thinking about getting another one
All
soon.
right.
So then there we go.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll just drink a lot of ginger cult and then it'll
yeah,
just pop
yeah.
up.
Yeah, just
It
out of
chooses where
nowhere.
it goes
Yeah,
then.
yeah,
You don't
yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah. We're not in charge. We're
Has
not.
that anybody got one on in their face
No,
yet?
I hope
Okay.
not. I hope not. If somebody has, please don't do that. We're not ready for that.
Yeah, please don't.
I
Please
mean,
don't.
we don't want you to become more famous than us. You know.
So if people want to find more information, where should they go?
Yeah. Gingercoltgingerbeer.com,
Okay.
or the same Ginger Colt Ginger Beer on Instagram.
Okay.
Those are really the only two. You can find us on Untapped if you want to read some really funny reviews. I was circling back. I feel like that's probably just like one of the most interesting, funny ways to see how your beer is being drank by the average consumer. I'm sure
Yeah.
you know of Untapped,
Yeah.
but a lot of fun reviews being like, uh, spicy, tastes like wasabi, or ooh, spicy ginger beer, 1 star. And you're like, why did you crack this open? It's ginger beer.
Yeah.
It's,
Did you read what it was?
yeah. So
I find Untapped to be,
a laughing point for
yes,
sure.
it's unhelpful and I don't know why it still exists.
Yeah, I think
Like,
someone's probably making money off of it,
I'm
and
sure.
you
And maybe
know,
it works for beer, but I've seen at least for cider, like they're like, I don't normally drink cider and I drank this cider and 2 stars.
Yeah.
And you're like, then
Yeah.
why are you rating it if it's not something you normally
Yes.
drink?
You know,
Like, please
it's
don't.
entertaining. I think
Yeah. Yeah.
for the right reasons. You just can't be too serious about it.
So now you have to get people to try it and then be like, okay, now go on Untapped.
No, yeah, I can't rep them. You know, I can
Yeah.
just do it on your own fun time.
Do,
You know.
do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. Any last words that you want to share before we sign off for today?
Just that I don't know. Yeah, have a great summer.
Yeah.
You
Thanks,
know,
everybody.
get on a bicycle this summer. You know,
Ooh, yeah. I want to get on a lake.
getting on the lake too. Get bicycle ride to the lake. You know,
Put your paddleboard on your back in your backpack on your back. Bicycle to the lake.
you know,
And then
yeah, we're down for it. Yeah,
yeah, I'm down for that. And
yeah,
then drink some ginger beer
yeah.
of
Appreciate
any
it.
variety.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
absolutely. Thank you.